What's up, you guys? In this video, I'm going to show you how I painted these awesome Rampagers. Let's get right into it. First things first, I clipped the model off the sprue. This wasn't that hard, it was just a little bit tedious. But there'll be better parts later. I used some plastic glue to glue the model together. Surprisingly, I actually really like the building process. This is where I like to do a lot of kit bashing, which I didn't do here. I thought it was interesting how their tongue was like already out before you put the head on. It was pretty cool. It was a pretty easy build. It was really satisfying snapping the big parts together though. I thought it was cool. It could actually stand on its own without glue. Like you could see me trying to balance it here. But anyways, I finished the rider and put it on his back. I made sure these guys were different. I gave some axes, some swords, stuff like that. Which I really like the variety. I glued the guy on the base and then started on the terrain, which is like a grassy scene depicted in the Tau Codex. If you remember my Scorpion video, I used some pieces of him that I broke off, the extra pieces, to be rocks, and I just used some really tough super glue to glue these down, and to make sure they didn't break, because it's clay. Like, clay's gonna break pretty easy. This guy is special because he has an axe in his hand and an axe in his bag, so in theory he could double axe someone from the back of a Rampager, so I think that would be really cool. Just finished up this model and it turned out great. I tried to make it look like he was running off the base, like onto this rock, but we're looking good. After that, I gave the models a zenithal, which I actually regretted because it was really hard to paint the saddle under the guy. I probably should have done a sub-assembly. But for the grass, I used speed paint. This worked out so well. This made it so much more like nice and shiny. And for the rocks, I used some black contrast paint. And even though it looks really dark now, I lightened it up with some dry brushing later. And I thought everything like worked out great. Like this is the best base I've ever made. So comment if you want a video on how to do this base or just like a basing tutorial. I just used some light gray to dry brush this, and I actually used quite a bit. I want this to get basically all over the rock, just not in the recesses. It's painting time, which has long been awaited for. But this is where the model is going to shine, and I also, to make it a little easier, I put some clay, or you could use putty, and I gave like a painting handle, which I took off because I thought the base just did fine since I finished it first. But that's how I like to hold my minis. We're going to start out with orange, and you might be confused because crew are green along with their Rampagers, but we actually don't have any green. Of course the camera didn't focus, so the base coat, you didn't see it, but it's just a base coat of orange on the Rampager. I actually forgot to add a piece in building, so I gave him some more brass knuckle things. For the stomach, I made white, which I don't know why I did a zenithal. It worked so much against me here, but think of it, white stomach, orange. What do you think the theme is going to be? Don't cheat and look forward. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking. Anyways, I'll let you type that out. I'll give you a few more seconds. It's a tiger. That's what I'm making. I'm making a tiger, and I think it'd be really cool to have some aliens riding tigers. But it was pretty satisfying putting the white on the stomach carapace thing. The skin for the crew is going to be blue because I think that would go really well with the orange and blue. And to make the Rampager look alive, I had some red so it was speed paint and I thinned it down a lot to make it look like there's almost like blood running through the veins, which he's going to look red once this dries, but I'll fix it later. For the leather, I just made it black. Felt like it'd be pretty easy. And then for the clothing / not really leather, I just used some brown. Now once it dried, it looked really dark, so we're going to bring that up with some highlights, which is actually one of my favorite parts of the mini. After that, I switched back to the original base color and it went over all the muscles again, leaving the deep red still in the recesses. After that, I did something similar with the Kroot, where I washed them in some purple ink and then I brought them right back up to the normal brightness with the blue. I continue to work in more and more yellow into my thinned orange paint to give me more highlights, which I reach smaller and smaller areas with. I continue to do this for the rest of the models. Once I had gotten almost up to pure yellow, I just got the very tips of all the muscles and tops where the light would be hitting most. I did the same highlight for the crude, except mixing into white with my blue, and I also finished up all the leather and kind of the boring stuff. I really liked how the hair, and I guess, I don't know if it's not hair, but whatever it is turned out, with the purple mainly, and I also used the blue on top of it. I just continued to fix the mistakes, going over it a few times. To make sure my stripes are really dark, I mixed black and then black ink together. This part was super nerve-wracking, but it was nice to know that I couldn't really mess up just because on real tigers, the stripes, some are bigger, some are smaller, and they're also not in specific places. But nonetheless, it was kind of painful because it covered up some of the highlights, but I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent about how it turned out. Let me know what you think in the comments, if the stripes made the model look a lot better, or if it just gave it what it needed to really look like a tiger. I also painted the eyes white so they could kind of look like a Ninja Turtle almost, and I thought it really worked well, especially the white contrast of the eyes right with the under eye, which is like the black stripes. But with no further ado, here are the beauty shots. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'd really appreciate it if you like and subscribe. Have a blessed day, and I hope this inspired you.